Hello dear aspirants, welcome to GDC Class English and especially for I welcome you all for the another video and Target Pharma 360-degree series MCQ series focusing on all India pharmacists and DI preparation aspirants, right? So we have uploaded so many videos, no need to give a new introduction, but in this video I'm going to solve the 20 important MCQs from Introduction of Pharmacognosy. Okay, Introduction of Pharmacognosy. Clear? The part 1 we are going to solve. But if you have not subscribed the channel, please do subscribe. Okay. And yes, if you understand, okay, if you remember these MCQs, you can able to solve these questions either in MRB, RRB, Telangana and UPSC DI and AIIMS Pharmacist also. So by covering all, that means 360 degrees. Clear? Yes. So let us start the first question. Let's start the first question of this series. Introduction part. Yes, especially when it comes to pharmacognosy, we should know about the introduction. So, what do you mean by history, scope? Okay, history, scope, and important personalities from the pharmacognosy. Okay, so we are covering all these aspects in this series. Yes, first question. Pharmacognosy is also known as. So, pharmacognosy is also known as option A, galanicals, drugs from animals, crude drugs or human anatomy and physiology. As you all know that, right? So we are preparing a dosage forms, and especially if you know about the term called pharmacognosy. Pharmacognosy. If you divide these two words, it is a Latin word. Pharma means, right? Pharma means drug and gignosio means to acquire the knowledge. Okay, to acquire the knowledge of crude drug, acquire the to acquire the knowledge of crude drug, which means in Latin term, okay, if you divide this pharmacognosy in two words, to acquire the knowledge of crude drugs, undoubtedly the study of crude drugs is known as pharmacognosy. To remember only one word, right? So so we are not only studying the drugs from the plants, but also we are studying the drugs from the animals as well. Okay, but the main definition the pharmacognosy meant to be, study of the crude drug. Study of crude drug is known as pharmacognosy, right? It is a branch of bioscience where we are going to study about in detail about the medicine and related products of the crude drugs. And main objective is to study the crude drugs from the different sources: plant source, animal source, marine source, and mineral source. Yeah, if you are studying the crude drugs, about the crude drugs from different natural resources, that could be the pharmacognosy, right? Pharmacognosy, gignosio means to acquire the knowledge. Pharma means crude drug. Okay, yes, it is a Latin word. So that's the right answer. Next question. Agar is obtained from which source of the crude drug? Yes, we are having different sources: plant source, animal source, marine source, mineral source. Okay, you should remember what is example belongs to which type of source. Whether you should remember what are the different examples for animal resources drugs, right? And what are the examples belong to the plant source drugs? Because example based also we are going to get the question. This is a proof. Okay, so agar, animal source, mineral, marine, and vegetable. The right answer will be yes, obviously marine source. Okay, these are the drugs which are, there are several examples we have given here. So to remember plant source, we know all the drugs, senna, distalis. Okay, if it's directly coming from the plant part, that could be the plant source. Animal source such as beeswax, shellac, wool, okay, honey, silk, okay, cathanthite, insulin also, right? And mineral source asbestos, chalk, kaolin, and bentonite. Okay, and whereas marine here, we can see here agar, holotoxin A, manolide, okay, quatoxin, and aracy. Yeah, and followed by microbial source also there, biotechnology also there. Okay, so try to remember the classification, and this was clearly mentioned in our GDC modules. Okay, navigational module series we have clearly mentioned. Okay, yes. Next question. The term pharmacognosy was first introduced by who used or who coined the term called pharmacognosy? There is a one important personality, right? Undoubtedly, okay, undoubtedly C.A. Sedler. Undoubtedly C.A. Sedler. Okay, C.A. Sedler is a person who utilized or who coined the term in his research work called Analecta Pharmacognostica. Analecta Pharmacognostica. Okay, Firstly, he is a person, C.S. Sedler is a person who utilized the term called pharmacognosy in his research work called Analecta Pharmacognostica. Okay, he is a person who used the word, but he is not the father. Okay, he is not the father. Yeah, and yes, coming to that, who is father of pharmacognosy? Do remember, Dioscorides is known as a father of pharmacognosy. Okay, Dioscorides. Dioscorides is the father of pharmacognosy. Clear? For this question, right answer will be option D, Sedler. Okay, C.S. Sedler. And also, you should remember there are some important personalities. I told you already, there are some important personalities with respect to the pharmacognosy history and pharmacognosy introduction, right? Dioscorides, I told you, father of pharmacognosy, and this pharmacognosy has been written from a scripture or a written called Materia Medica. From the Materia Medica only we have acquired the knowledge of fruit drugs, right? From that Materia Medica only we have written the pharmacognosy. He have written the pharmacognosy. Okay. And George Ebers, nothing but he is a scientist who written Papyrus Eberus, which is an Egyptian document. Egyptian document, okay, containing 700 medicinal herbs, more than 870 formulas are there, okay. George Ebers, okay, Ebers, Eber Papyrus or Papyrus Ebers, okay. But it is belongs to the, it is one of the important, writing or literature belong to the Egypt. So as like we do have a Charaka Samhita, right? Charaka Samhita, right? Like how it is a one of the important writing for the Egyptian systems of medicines. Okay, next, C.S. Sedler, he is a German scientist who coined the term pharmacognosy. That was the proof, and also I told you already in his research work called Analecta Pharmacognostica. Okay, and yes. So coming to that next one, Theophrastus is the father of botany. Okay, do remember like T. T stand for tissue, right? T stand for tissue. Tissues will be present mostly in plants, so that like how should remember. Okay, clear? Yes, father of botany, because he known for his studies on plant kingdom. Aristotle, A stand for animals. That's the reason father of zoology, like how you need to remember, and also father of natural history. Okay, A stand for animal. That's the reason we can we can fix Aristotle to the father of zoology, right? Hippocrates, we know that Hippocrates. Okay, H stand for health. For health, we require medicine. So for the reason, he known to be the father of medicine. Hippocrates is known to be the father of medicine. Yes. Next question. Fundamental principle of law of similia falls under which therapy? Every system of medicine has their own principles, theories, beliefs, practices, and own different dosage forms. Clear? Like how here, law of similia, where you have seen this law of similia or similia similibus currenter. Okay. Clear? Yes. Ayurveda, no, we have never seen in the Ayurveda such type of theories we have never seen. Siddha, we have never seen such type of theories. Okay, aromatherapy, no, but the right answer will be, okay, homeopathy. Homeo means, okay, homeo means same. Like cures like, last symbol is nothing but like cures like. So according to the homeopathy, okay, the thing which it can cause the disease, it can be cure the disease. Homeopathy, okay, like cures like. Law of similia, law of individualization, law of potentialization. Okay, these are the theories we can see in the homeopathy. Okay, homeo means like, patho or pati means treatment, like use like. Clear? And yes, it was developed by an German scientist name called, German physician name called Samuel Hahnemann. Samuel Hahnemann. Okay, and he proposed a theory that the cause of the disease itself can be used for the treatment, like cures like. Okay, the cause of the disease itself will be the treatment for the okay, cause of the disease itself can be the treatment. Okay, and yes, and that's the reason he made a theory called law of similia or like cures like. Clear? Samuel Hahnemann, homeopathy. Next question. Yes, these are several fundamental principles of homeopathy. Law of similia, sorry, principle of similia, principle simplex, minimum dose, law of proving, law of potentiation, dynamization, vital force, and individualization. By considering all these fundamental principles, they developed the theory. Sorry, they developed the system called homeopathy. Okay, yes, so these are several theories, and you can see individualization, which means a disease affecting pattern will be individual. Okay, so disease affecting pattern could be an individual. Yeah, can't be similar, which means the disease affecting individual can't be similar. Okay, no one is going to affect the disease by same pattern. And law of similar means like use like, which means like cured by the like. Law of simplex means a single and simple dose is enough to cure the disease. Law of minimum dose, which means a minimum dose is required at a time. And the law of proving means prover and proving, which means in order to prove this theory, in order to prove the principle of similia, he again created a theory called law of proving. Okay, and it's law of condensation and vital force. So these are the several fundamental principles of homeopathy, right? Yes. Next question. What do you mean by the botanical identity of a medicinal plant? Option A is species name, genus, species, subspecies, variety, and author and family. And genus, species, subspecies, variety, author, family, and active principles, and genus and species. What could be the right answer? Please do comment your right answer in the comment box. Okay. So I think the right answer will be option B, because in the botanical identity we never mentioned about active principles, only the family, only genus, order, superorder, genus, okay, species, subspecies, and variety and order and family only we do mention, but we do not mention any type of active principles. Okay, we don't mention any active principles in the botanical identity, right? Yes, you can see this taxonomical classification, right? Based on the natural relationship and phylogeny. These are the things. So we have never seen any type of chemical classification or active principles in the taxonomical classification. Okay. Yes. Next. Which of the following is a not organized drug? Which of the following is a not organized drug? Which of the following is not an organized drug? Which of the following not organized drug? What do you mean by first of all organized drug? Okay, they're asking that which of the following is a not organized drug, which means indirectly they're asking about which of the following is an unorganized drug. And first of all, what do you mean by unorganized or organized? Organized means all the things or any part of the plant, it contains cells or tissues, that could be the organized one. Okay, if the part of the plant or the drug or the food drug, if it doesn't contain, okay, doesn't contain any cells or tissues, that could be the unorganized drugs, which means the drugs are example for the organized are all the plants parts which to contain cell. Anything which contains cells, that could be the organized drug. If it doesn't contain any type of cells or tissues, that could be unorganized, which means all the resins, okay, resins, latex, gums, extracts, juices, all these things are nothing but final excretions. Okay, exudates or excretions of the plants are nothing but the unorganized drugs. Okay, which means they are directly asking about which of the following is an unorganized drug. Option A, turmeric. No, turmeric is a rhizome, it contains cells, right, tissues. Sandalwood wood also contain, it is a part of the plant, contains cells and tissues, right? Ralphia, it is a root, it contains cells and tissues, but whereas dried juice of aloe, okay, juices doesn't contain any type of tissues, right? They are nothing but the active principles, nothing but the right answer will be undoubtedly dried juice of the aloe, dried juice of aloe. Okay, yes, these are the examples I told you already. Okay, organized drugs do contain cellular structures and histological structures. These are the examples: shoots, leaf, everything, every part of the plant. But whereas unorganized drugs means they do not contain any type of cellular structure. That's the reason. Okay, resins, latex, aloe juice, okay, and extracts, milky gum exudates, all these are comes under the unorganized drugs. Next question. The study of chemicals derived from the plants is known as, yes, pharmacognosy has a different fields. Not only one field, right? So these are the different types of fields. All these fields are belongs to pharmacognosy only, right? Each field is going to describe about, each field is going to study about different principles. Medical ethnobotany, phytotherapy, phytochemistry, and ethnopharmacology is here. They're asking about chemicals derived from the plants, right? Plants means phytochemicals, means study of chemicals, means chemistry, which means option C will be the right answer, phytochemistry. Here we are studying the phyto means plants, chemistry means studying of chemicals. These are the different fields. Medical ethnobotany, okay, which means you are studying the traditional use of the plants for medicinal purpose, right? If you are studying the, okay, if you are studying the traditional use of the plants, that could be the for medicinal purpose, that could be the medical ethnobotany. Phytotherapy, study of use of plant extracts to treat the disease. Okay, if you are using the plant extract to treat the disease, that could be phytotherapy. Ethnopharmacology, nothing but, okay, studying the Pharmacological qualities of drugs. Okay, pharmacological study of pharmacological quality of traditional medicine substance studies. Pharmacology. Phytochemistry means study of the study of the chemicals derived from the plants, right? And zoopharmacognosy means the process by which animals self-medicate by selecting using plants, which means some animals, right? Animals itself, okay, they can treat they can treat themselves by using the plants. That could be the study of this pattern, right? You can see the process by which animals self-medicate by selecting a using plants, soil and insects to treat and prevent the disease. If they are taking them, if they are taking care about themselves by by using plants and soil and everything, that could be do pharmacognosy. Okay, and lastly, marine pharmacognosy means study of the medicinally active substances obtained from the marine. Okay, these are the different fields, very very important. Next question of this series, yes, Ayurvedic fermented preparation includes. Ayurvedic fermented preparation includes. What are the Ayurvedic preparations? Include the fermentation process. Churnas, no, churnas means powder. Styla means oils. Bhasma means incinerated products or ash. Whereas arista and asvas are the alcoholic as well as the alcoholic as well as the fermented products. Yes, by the fermentation only we do get the alcohol. Okay, yes. So that's the reason the alcohol itself, the arista and asava do contain alcohol. They contain self-generating alcohol. That alcohol acts as a preservative. Yeah, yes. So you can see aristas are nothing but these are the powdered and decoction. Okay, is prepared and then the decoction is filtered and transferred to the fermentation vessel. Okay, so if you prepare, if you take a powder drug or a decoction and if you transfer them into fermentation vessel, if you further process into fermentation, finally it can be converted into arista. Okay, asava, same, both are same, but in one thing we use powder drug and another one we use a direct extract. Yes. Avaliha means, you can see prepared by the repeatedly boiling decoction or extract. Finally, we know semi-solid viscous preparations. Avaliha means. Arka means distilled products. Okay. And Basma means powdered or ash. Okay. And yes. Next, which fruits which are derived from the umbellifera are fall off? Yes. Umbelliferae fruits all are fall under one classification: pericarp, cremocarp, epicarp, and mesocarp. No, okay. A, C, D are the parts of the plant, right? Epicarp, mesocarp, pericarp. But whereas they are fall under one type, that is cremocarp. Cremocarp means in generally you can see, okay, the fruit is a cremocarp consisting of two indecent carpels. You can see these are the two indecent carpels. Okay, these are carpels and these are called mericarps. Okay, these are called mericarps and they'll combine to form into one fruit with the help of carpophore, and this entire structure adjoining of two mesocarps with the help of the carpophore. Okay, with the help of carpophore is known as cremocarp. So that all the umbelliferae plants fruits are cremocarps. Cremocarp means two halves. Okay, the fruit having two halves which is adjoined with the help of carpophore, right? If they contain two mesocarps and they are two adjoined by with the help of carpophore, that is a cremocarp. Okay, and each cremocarp is containing 5 longitudinal ridges and oil canals. 5 longitudinal ridges you can see here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, like how. Okay, yes. So umbellifera fruits are cremocarp. That's it. Next, Charaka, a physician, belong to which system of medicine? In every system, we should know about who are the important personalities. Who is father of the Ayurveda? Who is father of Siddha? Who is father of Unani? You should father of yoga. Okay, so like how Charaka belong to which system? Unani, Siddha, Homeopathy, and Ayurveda. Undoubtedly, he belonged to Ayurveda. Charaka and Sushruta. Okay, Charaka and Sushruta. And yes, there are some important personalities apart from the Charaka and Sushruta. You can see Galen. Galen is the first pharmacist. Galen is known to be the first. Do remember who is the first pharmacist? Galen. Okay. Sweden Linnaeus, we know very well from the 12th standard. We know that these are the he is a person who written the binomial nomenclature. Okay. Sweden Linnaeus, who introduced the binomial nomenclature. and Bentham and Hooker, and further after Sweden Linnaeus, Bentham and Hooker done the plant classification. Okay, and we know that Shennong is a one of the important Chinese system of medicine, right? Shennong is an important father of the Chinese system of medicine. He wrote a book called Pentisao. Pentisao is a book belong to Chinese system of medicine. Shenlong is a father of Chinese system of medicine. Okay, and yes, you know already Charaka Samhita and Sushruta Samhita. These are the two important books. Okay, Charaka Samhita means books. Okay, Charaka and Sushruta are the two important personalities of Ayurveda, and they wrote two books. Okay, and yes, Charaka Samhita in this arranged of 50 groups of 10 herbs, and whereas Sushruta, okay, Charaka is known to be the first physician, but whereas Sushruta means to be the first father of cosmetic surgery. Okay, he is the father of surgery. Okay, father of surgery, first surgeon on this earth. Yeah, yes. And 𝘖𝙎𝙎𝙎𝙬 means he introduced a batch flower remedies. Okay, and yes, gentle force. Okay, S stand for flavor. Flavor means okay. Aroma means aromatherapy. Gentle force coined the term called aromatherapy. Okay, Star Sotto, he is the, and these are the two important personalities. Okay, two important persons who developed the basic protocol for extraction of alkaloids, extraction process for alkaloids. Okay, and Z. Mendel is an important person who observed the plant hybrids. He is the first person who done a research on plant hybrids. And lastly, very important person, because you should know about him. Okay, because of him only we are studying the pharmacy in India, because Mahadev Lal Shroff is known to be the father of Indian pharmacy, because he brought up the he brought the pharmacy education to the India. Yeah, and yes, and G. Blunt, he is father of tissue culture technique. Okay, Blunt, T stand for tissue culture. Okay, these are the important personalities, very important. Next question. Who is known to be the father of tissue culture? Just now I explained, right? Who is father of tissue culture technique? Reinert, White, Blunt. Okay, and who is that? Gottret? No, undoubtedly. Blunt. Just now we discussed. Blunt is known to the father of tissue culture. Just now we discussed. Okay. Yes. Next question. Paraffin wax tinged yellow and substituted for yellow beeswax is one of the following of which type of adulteration? Yes, in the adulteration, two types are there, direct and indirect. In that, we should remember different type of case studies, right? Substitution using exhausted drugs, substitution using artificially manufactured substances. Okay, like how paraffin wax and beeswax is an example for, okay, example for undoubtedly option B, because paraffin beeswax is a natural one, but whereas paraffin wax is artificially prepared, where we take a paraffin wax and we used to color the particular paraffin wax with yellow color, thereby it looks similar to the beeswax. Okay, and there are several examples like uh, what we can say, citral in lemon oil, right? And inverted sugar for honey. Okay, there are several examples. And do remember for all the example for each adulteration technique as well. Okay? Yes. Next one. You can see here. So, you can see it has been observed that substance of artificially prepared to resemble original drug are used as a substitute. In this type of adulteration, substitution with artificially manufactured substance. Artificially manufactured substance. Okay. And another examples are like compressed chicory with coffee, paraffin wax made yellow colored with to substitute the beeswax, and there are several examples, but the best example is paraffin wax with beeswax, yellow color paraffin wax with beeswax. Next question. Checking the texture of a drug is a method of evaluation. Which method of evaluation? If you are checking the texture, color, odor, and shape, that could be undoubtedly which evaluation. Okay. In the physical evaluation, you are going to study about the physical properties: melting point, boiling point, solubility, ash value. Okay, whereas biological means pharmacological action, chemical means chemical constants, but we do not test the texture in these three, but we do confirm the texture, color, and everything in the organoleptic evaluation, right? You can see. So taste, smell, and texture. Okay, all this thing, color, odor, taste, size, shape, special features such as touch and everything will be fall under classification of organoleptic evaluation. There are different examples for this one. Okay. Yes. Next, a natural oxygen of plant which is used in growing tissue. One of the important tissue, one of the important plant hormone, important natural oxygen. There are no. We are asking about natural one. In generally, in plant hormones, we do have a natural and synthetic one. Natural and synthetic one. Here they are asking about oxygen, natural oxygen. So what are the natural oxygens and what are the synthetic oxygens? Already I have made a video and we have uploaded in this YouTube channel in the GD's English classes. Okay, plant hormones, in that already I have discussed what are natural and what are synthetic. Okay, now tell me what is the right answer? Undoubtedly, IAA, indole 3-acetic acid is a natural, okay, natural oxygen used for the plant growing. Okay, in the tissue culture, we use all these hormones for different purpose. Okay, but for tissue growth, for cellular elongation, we do indole 3-acetic acid. Okay, there are several hormones are there and we have discussed their function as well. Okay, please go through it. It's a very important. Next question. Which type of drug is commonly subjected to using exhaust drugs? Undoubtedly, what type of drugs can be easily exhausted? Undoubtedly, volatile oils. Okay, if you see the exhaust, okay, if you see the word called exhaust drugs, undoubtedly only one option that could be drugs containing volatile oil drugs can only be substituted by the exhaust drugs. Okay, so examples are like saffron, okay, and as well as the clofenol. All the volatile oil containing drugs can be adulterated by using this method, that is substitution using exhaust drugs. Okay, yes. Next, which of the following is a not type of trichome? Yes, in the trichomes we do have three types. Okay, glandular, non-glandular, and hydatodes. But here cruciferous is not a trichome; it is about the stomata. Okay, yes. So cruciferous is a stomata, but whereas trichomes are these two types. Covering trichomes, okay, glandular trichomes and hydatodes. Special type of trichomes. Okay. Yes. In this again, we do have different classification: unicellular, multicellular, branch, unbranched. We have discussed them in the introduction part. Okay. Yes. Next question: plants are not differentiated into root and stem and leaves are. Okay. Any plant parts, some of the plant parts do have an ability to regenerate into new plants, but there are some plant parts which does not have an ability to regenerate into new plants. Okay, what are they? Plant azenales, principes, thallophytes and bromeliads. Okay, only one part cannot be differentiated into root and stem and leaf, that could be thallophyta. You can see here thallophyta, it is a plant body which is not well differentiated into root, stem and leaf. That's the only one which cannot be differentiated into the new plant or new stem or root. Okay, yes, it is comes under the crypogamy, okay, which does not give any seeding or flowering plants. Yes, next question. Which hormone is primarily responsible for the phototropism in plants? Phototropism means in generally, okay, plants do contain when the seed started seedling, all right, and yes, the outermost and the point or the tip of the particular seedling is known as coleoptile tissue. Here there is a tissue called coleoptile tissue. From this only the plant is going to be generated, clear? But in generally this coleoptile tissue will be grown and move according to the sunlight. Okay, this phenomenon is known as phototropism. Okay, based on the or towards the direction of sunlight, okay, the coleoptile tissue will grow. That's the reason if you see any uh, what we can say tendrils, okay, or keepers, right, or creepers, they won't be grown in a single direction. They will grow in different direction based on the phototropism. Clear? Yes. And for that phototropism, which hormone is responsible? Undoubtedly option C, auxin is responsible for the phototropism. That's the reason you can see here sunlight here itself. Okay, so based on the sunlight only the direction was changed. Here slightly tilted towards the right side. This phenomenon known as phototropism. Okay, clear? And yes, so auxin is responsible for the phototropism as well. We have seen the different functions: apical dominance, right, shoot elongation, everything we have seen. But a special function is that they are responsible for the phototropism as well. Okay, yes. And yes, outer growth of origin from micropyle and covering the seed is called covering the seed. Okay, only one best example for this. Okay, outgrowth of origin from the micropyle and covering the seed is called, stropiole, arista or aril. Undoubtedly, option A is correct. Arylode, right? Don't remember these special structures. Special structures of the plants are very, very important. Aerial, right? Sustained growth of the growth from the hilum covering the entire seeds. Nutmeg is the best example. For aerial, nutmeg is the best example. Arylode, okay, covering the seeds. That's the reason I have underlined covering the seeds. It is originated from the micropyle, but it's covering all the seeds. Cardamom is the best example. Okay, car and kale is the best example of castor and croton. Okay, arista or on, it is example for Stropanthus. Stropiole is another example for the colchicum seed. Nothing but enlarged funicle. Lastly, hairs is best example for the cotton seed. Okay, you can find this references and this material in the GDC Navigator series module 1, the page number 20. You can have this such type of beautifully designed content. Okay, yes, last question of this series. Last question of the series. Last question of this video. The deliberate or intentional type of adulteration called. Which of the following is an example for the deliberate or intentional type of adulteration? Intentional type of adulteration, because the conditions of adulteration can be of 6 types. In that only, okay, few are intentional and few are unintentional. Now tell me, substitution, sophistication, okay, spoilage and admixture. Okay, undoubtedly, sophistication, substitution can be done with or without intention. Spoilage cannot be done by means of intentional purpose, because spoilage can be done by the microorganisms. Admixture means addition of one principle to the another principle due to carelessness and accidental purpose. Okay, so yes, you can see substitution means totally different substances are added in place of one original drug. Sophistication means deliberate or intentional type of adulteration. If the person was intentionally doing the practice, that is deliberate. Okay. Deterioration means impairment of the quality due to bad conditions. Admixture means addition of one article due to another article due to carelessness correction. Inferiority means substandard drug. If you are using substandard drug, that is inferiority. Spoilage means due to the microbial attack. Clear? So these are the 20 important MCQs covering all the pharmacist and DA exam preparation. Okay, I hope you like it. And to mention how many right answers you have got from this 20 question. Okay, and do not forget to share this video with your friends. Thank you and Jai Hind.